So look, I was really reluctant to put out this video on an update on the Coffee to 100k challenge because, well, not many people watch them. So if you are watching this, do me a kind favor, make sure the like button is turned blue and encourage me to make the next month's episode if you want this series to continue. But what a month it was for the Coffee to 100k challenge. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, it's basically on eToro where you can copy this portfolio that I manage myself and you can invest $180 a month. And in the not too long future, we will have a staggering 100,000+ US. Now, before we get into the particulars of what a crazy ride it has been, and trust me, it's a good ride to be on in the long term, we need to talk about eToro itself. If you have not got an account with eToro, if you sign up and deposit using the link on the pinned comment, deposit then make a trade, you get lifetime access to the LWT eToro chat room, where we have members of all levels, including myself, who are there on a daily basis talking about what stocks we're watching. So if you'd like to get lifetime access, make sure you sign up via the link on the pinned comment. Now, before we move over to the computer, let's talk about the biggest thing that affected my portfolio. China, or as Mr. Donald Trump would say, China. But China has been affecting the portfolio in a bad way, and I've been stressing to copiers and people who are following this portfolio, do not freak out, this is a good thing. But in July, we fell a staggering 7+%. The portfolio just basically fell to the floor as China regulations on tech cracked down, and I continued adding exposure into China and buying on the way down. I even got a few people on the eToro platform call me crazy and say, what the hell are you doing? And I said, look, you need to trust the process. If you do like a company and have done enough research and you have full conviction in the future of this company and it goes down 20, 30, 40, 50%, if the figures still stand and they haven't gone clubbing baby seals, then this company surely is nothing more than a discounted play. But again, each situation is different. In my opinion, I just seen Alibaba and certain companies with great numbers at a massive discount, and it paid dividends. Well, it's starting to pay dividends, should I say. And I don't mean that in a way that Alibaba's paying out an actual dividend, so don't get that confused there. But what I do mean is Alibaba and Co are starting to look a bit more positive in the portfolio. If we go to last month, the portfolio was down like 3% at one point, but the portfolio then rallied towards the end of the month as the tech crackdown started to lighten up, and we closed out the month up 1.44%. which I'm very happy with. To be honest, if I do 1.5% every month, I'm a happy chappy because that is a damn decent return. But looking at it, what did we buy? What did we sell? I'm only going to run through a few of them here. If you want to see what I am buying and selling, you can go and copy this. You can even just go and watch it and see what I'm buying and selling. And I do want to stress that this is not my main portfolio. This is just a small encouragement to the average person that they should start investing on a regular basis and hopefully get them to become a much more successful investor. If you do want to see my main portfolio and what I'm buying and selling, and it is very different to this, you can check out some very cool perks on Patreon now in the description. There is a lot of discounts right now, but when they're gone, they're gone. So if you're interested in that and seeing the whole portfolio and the process, and also asking me questions directly on our monthly Zoom call, you can sign up with Patreon again down in the description. But looking over it, our portfolio is massively exposed to China. Why am I not panicking? Because really, I should be for diversification purposes. But my feeling on the overall market is we are due a correction. We're due a massive dip. And I feel like your FANG stocks, your tech stocks in the US, when that comes, they're the ones who are going to get hit the hardest because they weren't really affected by any slump in the last 6 months. Now, I do want to stress here that I will scale out of China when I feel the time is right and leave some on the table. I'm not going to keep that much exposure into one stock like Alibaba. I will scale it back and start locking in gains, hopefully very soon. But I will still be buying if I feel it's good value. So I just want to clarify that to copiers of this portfolio. But some surprise stocks we did add in the last month. I did buy into the Tencent on the actual Hong Kong exchange there, and we're up about 14% there. New stock I added is Foot Locker. If you're in the WhatsApp group, you'll know that I absolutely love the numbers in Foot Locker, and I feel this one is a really good value play in the long term. I added Gilead Sciences. Again, if you want to know more on that, let me know down in the comments. Maybe I'll do a video on that. Again, good stock to look at. We've got Rolls-Royce, which I bought back into recently, starting to add a smaller position. Now, I did sell out of Rolls-Royce, and I want to be clear here, I did not sell out of it in my main portfolio. I only sold out of it here because I've only got limited amount of cash to play with. In a normal world, I would just be buying into the China plays and not selling stocks like Rolls-Royce, which is what I have been doing in the main portfolio. But going back a month ago, I had to lock in some gains. I had to liquidate some cash to buy these great value plays that were in China, and it seems to have worked. So I did get some back into Rolls-Royce. Palantir Technologies, I have sold out of some. We've got Corsair Gaming. I'm unsure if I'll add to that one, to be honest. One of my favorite stocks in the portfolio, which has done really well, is Dick's Sporting Goods. The only downside with this is I wish I got a hell of a lot more of it, but I'm up 33% in, I don't know how long I had that one, to be honest. Yeah, what's that, a month? Yeah, so not a bad return there. But again, I'll probably hold that one. I think there's a lot more room to go, but you should not be buying more of it because I'm not. Hewlett-Packard, HPE, another company we bought into. We're up 7% on there. Tencent Music, I didn't add into this one that much out of the Chinese companies. We're down 24%. I think it's the worst we're down out of any of the plays, but it's not a massive position in the portfolio. The reason I didn't add into this one is it is the music aspect of the tech. And I think that if they're going to regulate, the teachings, music's probably a thing that's going to get hit the hardest. To be honest, I was thinking about closing this one, but it's not a big part of my portfolio. If we get up to break even or somewhere around there, this is probably the first position I would close. But again, that's my thoughts on Tencent. Discovery, DISCA, one of my favorite stocks right now. Lockheed Martin, I think I sold some of that one. Boeing, really disappointed with the performance in Boeing, but again, I'll be holding this for a good 4 or 5 years, so let's see how it plays out. I'm not adding into it at this price. Carnival, CCL, massive company. I feel like if any company is going to survive in the tourism industry, it's going to be this cruise ship company. They have huge reserves, and I think they'll do very well. And also, I feel they'd ran very well too, so that's a company I think everybody should be looking at. JD Witherspoon's, I did add some more into this one. The pubs are open in the UK. I don't think we'll go into another lockdown there. And I think as the holiday season comes, JD Witherspoon should do quite well. BP, of course, I'm not selling BP. I'd be crazy to. Now we're on to my biggest holders. We've got Baidu. We've got the Invesco Chinese Tech ETF, which again is something that I've been buying into just because it's more diversified. And I'm trusting people who do this on a daily basis, just look at Chinese tech plays. So I've been buying into that, and it's sort of picked up a hell of a lot. PDD, I think this company again is something that's really good. JD, I sized in at the right time. We're up 11% on there. And Alibaba, we are down 14% on. But if we look at my buys in Alibaba, you can see they have been a hell of a lot of buys. But the big thing I want to sort of stress here is you can see that I have been sizing in continuously, and as it's been getting lower. Now, will I buy more of Alibaba at this price? Probably not, unless we get lower than my entry and the fundamentals and numbers stay the same. Now, looking on my chart and my portfolio, you can see that we have had a bit of a rough ride since basically the end of April. The whole market in my whole sort of investing strategy has been getting beaten up, but this is sort of the way I tend to invest. It's a cyclical type of strategy that I have where I don't just buy into Facebook, Apple, Amazon and watch it go up in a linear manner and then fall and then go up in a linear manner. I tend to buy into sectors that I feel are undervalued. When I feel they are at the correct value, I cash out a lot of it, if not all, and then I look for the next sector. But what happens is when I buy into a new sector, in this case China, I'm starting to buy into value. So as that value comes, of course, my portfolio is going to take hits. But when that sector does start rallying to the upside, it pays in a much bigger way because the further it goes down, the more upside I potentially have. So in the middle of next month, it will be exactly a year since I opened this portfolio, and I feel it's going quite well. We actually are not just on target, but we're ahead of schedule for reaching that 100+ K goals. And if you still have no clue what I'm talking about, I'll try and pin a video link up there. If not, type in Coffee to 100K challenge on YouTube and I'm sure you'll find it. If you could drop the code word down below, which is eToro Coffee to 100K, into the comments, this would massively help me out with the YouTube gods. Smash that like button on your way out. And I'll see you, hopefully, if we get enough likes, in next month's episode of the Coffee to 100K Challenge. That's it from me. Take care. God bless. Peace.